Okay, folks, let's talk about Iran. Because I know you've been hearing the word snapback sanctions flying around, but most people have no clue what that actually means. So I'm going to explain it in a way I would if we were just sitting in my kitchen having coffee. You see, back in 2015, when the nuclear deal got signed, the US, Europe, and Iran agreed on this little safety switch. If Iran cheated, or if any one country said these guys aren't playing fair, then all the old UN sanctions from before 2015 would automatically come back. No votes, no debates, no Russia, no China blocking it. You pull the lever, boom, it snaps back. Think of it like the breaker in your house. You overload the system, lights go out, simple. Now here's the big thing. That switch was set to expire October 18th. After that, no one could use it. So a couple of weeks ago, the Europeans, Britons, France, Germany, they pulled it early. They said Iran's breaking the rules. Let's hit the switch before the clock runs out. The US clapped. Russia and China said no, but they can't stop it. In a month, those sanctions are coming back. And you might be thinking, well, Iran's already sanctioned, to hell. What difference does it make? Here's the difference. Snapback means every UN member is legally supposed to enforce it. And when that happens, companies all over the world, banks, shippers, insurance firms, they get nervous, real nervous. Nobody wants to risk a UN violation. So Iran's economy, already hanging by a thread, gets squeezed even tighter. Our currency, the rial, it's already basically worth nothing. Now let's talk about our country's excuse. They keep saying their uranium enrichment is for electricity. That sounds reasonable, right? Until you actually look at the numbers. To run a power plant, you only need uranium enriched to about 3 to 5% for medical purposes. Maybe up to 20. But Iran, we're enriching to 60, even pushing towards 70. That's not for flipping on the lights in Tehran. That's just unusual. It's like this. Imagine your neighbor tells you, hey, I bought a race car, but don't worry, I'm just using it to get groceries. Nobody's going to believe that. Meanwhile, the real sick and scary part is Israel isn't waiting around for anyone to hold meetings. You see, back in June, they bombed sites inside of Iran, nuclear facilities, military targets, and they even killed some nuclear scientists. That was Israel saying, we're serious. We're not letting you cross that line. But here's where things get scary. Even more scary than that. Even after those strikes, inspectors said Iran's uranium stockpile is still growing. So yes, the strikes hurt, but it didn't stop. They're still marching forward. They're basically standing on the goal line in football terms. One more push, and they score. Now we got to talk about Trump. You see, a few months ago, he started floating the idea of back channel talks again. Quietly, to Oman, other places, Iran sent signals, said they might be open to dialing back enrichment in exchange for some sanctions relief. Then Israel hit Iran in June. And since then, radio silence. Trump hasn't said much at all in the past few weeks. Why? Some people think he's waiting and he's letting Europe's snapback sanctions kick in before making his next moves. Others say it's political. He doesn't want to get caught up in a new Middle East war debate while he's got other fires burning at home. Either way, it's noticeable. Normally, Trump's not shy about making noise. The fact that he's quiet tells you he's holding all the cards. Here's another twist. Iran has actually signaled they're open to talks. Their foreign minister said, the moment for effective talks isn't here yet. But Iran didn't slam the door completely. They've reached out indirectly. The US response, nothing. Washington isn't picking up the phone. They're saying, stop enriching, then we can talk. And that's a serious problem. So, here's where we stand. Europe hit the snapback switch. Iran is enriching uranium way beyond what they need for power. Israel's already shown they'll use bombs, not words. Trump's holding back, waiting. And the worst part is, Iran is pretending it's all innocent. Like, hey, we didn't do anything wrong. You can't scream death to America, death to this, death to that for 40-something years and think nothing's going to happen. That's a recipe for disaster. Let me make it relatable. Imagine a baseball game where the bases are loaded, ninth inning, and the pitcher is sweating bullets. That's the Middle East right now. One wrong pitch, one wrong swing, and the whole thing blows up. Or think about your grocery bill. Oil prices jump when there's trouble in the Gulf. You think wars in the Middle East are far away until you're paying $7 at the pumps, or a steak costs $50. That's how fast this stuff hits you. So when I say the fuse is short, I mean it. By the end of September, snapback sanctions go live. Iran's economy gets hammered. Israel won't sit back if enrichment goes higher. Those other groups, Hezbollah, the Houthis, they're just waiting to throw fuel on the fire. And the US, whether it wants to or not, it's getting pulled in. Here's the bottom line. Snapback isn't just a fancy word. It's a tripwire. Israel already fired shots. Iran's enriching way beyond civilian levels. Trump's gone quiet, and silence is part of the strategy. The pieces are moving fast, and unless something changes quick, like inspectors back in or enrichment capped, we're heading for another problem. And when that problem blows, don't let anyone say we didn't see it coming. Because right now, that's right in front of our eyes. And you know what? It doesn't look like anybody wants to do anything about it. Nobody's looking for a solution. Everybody's looking for more problems. If he does this, I'll do that. If he does this, I'll do that. If they do that, I'll do this. Look for a solution, because us normal human beings, us normal Iranians are suffering. I would love to hear what you think about what I had to say.